Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold Fans channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up.
Carter begs Daphne to stay, and after seeing her revealing conversation, a horrified Steffi confronts Taylor. Today on The Bold and the Beautiful, Sheila confides in Lee about her fears, Deacon and Taylor express their emotions, and Hope joins the crowd accusing Daphne of fleeing. Deacon encourages Taylor to talk about her emotions at her office. In an attempt to brush this off, Taylor teases him about receiving his therapy lesson. Seriously, Deacon declares his concern for her. Taylor cautions against patients developing a bond with their therapist, a phenomenon known as transference. They start a competition to see who can give the other more compliments after Deacon dismisses this. He is concerned about who is rooting for the woman, Taylor Hayes. Emergency summons Sheila paces behind the bar at Il Giardino before yelling, "Thank God you're here. You need to find love," as Lee shows up. She is the only person she can discuss her marriage with, for whatever reason. She confesses that either Deke or Taylor said something to make her angry, or it was something they didn't say. They claim that Deacon has found the love of his life, yet they are not content that they are together. Lee helps Sheila realize that despite everything she has done, Taylor hasn't rejected her. Her marriage has resumed its normal course. Why did she give up all to come here? Sheila wrings her hands. Deke undercut her today, and she can't stop thinking about Taylor being concerned about her rash actions. She acknowledges that Taylor has only been a friend, but it still disturbs her. Sheila has that distant expression on her face and believes she will never be able to repay Taylor for all that she has done for Deacon and herself. Deacon is telling Tay right then that she is stunning and wonderful and that she should be worshipped. Homeward bound when Steffi informs Carter in Forrester's main office that Daphne intends to return to Paris, Carter is taken aback. Given her feelings for him, Steffi is certain that her friend intended to fill him in. Hope questions Daphne after hearing her purchase a one-way ticket to France in the showroom. Daphne affirms that she is returning home. She is questioned about her reasons for leaving by Hope, who formerly would have delighted to see the back of her. As it happens, she is concerned about Carter. Hope persists, inquiring as to whether she and Carter split up, even though Daphne practically warns her to shut up. Daphne declines. Hope then implies that she is fleeing something positive. Carter is in a bit of a frustrated panic up in the office because of Daphne's unforeseen plans. Ridge begs him to take action to prevent her. Ridge rants about the situation on his friend's behalf after he leaves until Hope shows up to share notes. Carter shuts the door after finding Daphne in the showroom. She assumes he knows. He affirms this and finds it incomprehensible that she is determined to go back home. Here, they have a genuine chance. Don't discard it. Daphne maintains that her life is in Paris, so don't go. Carter will not allow her to flee. They work well together and have a lot of potential. So, remain. The last scene's Sheila thanks Lee once again for her assistance at the restaurant. You won't regret it. Across town, Deacon keeps reminding Taylor how amazing she is and how she deserves better than what Ridge gave her. When Steffi gets outside the door, her mother is breathlessly telling Deacon that he has opened her eyes to the idea of loving someone other than Ridge. She tells him he's exactly the kind of man she could fall in love with, but he's married, and she raves about his exceptional traits. Deacon muses, "And you're my therapist." Taylor responds, "I think our time is up." He touches her hair and looks into her eyes, adding, "Before it even began." Steffi skedaddles along the corridor as he exits the office, stopping to give Taylor one more glance. When Tay is by herself, she lets out a breath, but when Steffi walks in and slams the door, she jumps out of her skin. Taylor's daughter is demanding to know what's happening, and her eyes are on stalks. "Deacon and you?" she yells. Steffi asks her mom to reassure her that she is not in love with the restaurateur. He is Sheila's spouse. On The Bold and the Beautiful, Deacon then confesses to Deke. Thursday, January 8th. Spoilers for The Bold and the Beautiful. Deacon confesses to Deke after Steffi alerts Taylor to Sheila's danger. According to The Bold and the Beautiful teasers on Thursday, January 8th, Deacon Sharp will confess to Deke Sharp while Steffi Forrester Finnegan will alert Taylor Hayes to Sheila Sharp's threat. Steffi simply stormed into Taylor's office and confronted her mother about what she had heard outside the door. Steffi is prepared to put an end to it since she senses that Taylor and Deacon are becoming too close. Steffi will explain that Taylor's affections for her patient are inappropriate and encourage her not to jeopardize her profession. More significantly, if Taylor pushes Deacon too far and Sheila Sharp discovers it, she might be in grave danger. Because of this, Steffi will raise the alarm and caution Taylor to put an end to this before inciting Sheila's fury. Deacon will then return to Il Giardino and confide in Deke on Thursday's B&B episode. Deacon appears to be open about his relationship with Taylor and the peculiar spark he's discovered with her. Deacon may acknowledge that, despite his efforts to mend his marriage to Sheila, he has become fond of Taylor while in treatment. Deacon can't help but be pulled to Taylor and all of her positive traits, even though he knows it's improper given their doctor-patient relationship. On the other hand, Deacon may choose to hint at the existence of another person rather than reveal specifics about the person he has fallen in love with. In any case, Sheila will end up listening in on this conversation, and she won't be happy about what she hears. Daphne Rose will attempt to persuade Carter Walton in the Forrester showroom that returning to Paris will benefit them both, but he won't agree. Carter will drop on his knees and resist Daphne's attempts to shove him away as she makes her way to the door. According to previews for The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter will give Daphne updates on the strength of his feelings and hope that they will soon be announcing their engagement. He will strive hard to prove Daphne is the one by declaring his love and making a marriage proposal. It's a great idea for B&B to concentrate on Deacon and Bill's potential partnership. Amidst the romance stories and fashion conflicts, Bill and Deacon's alliance might be what the show needs. Deacon presented Bill with an intriguing suggestion on The Bold and the Beautiful. By putting frozen pizzas in supermarkets, he hopes to grow the Il Giardino brand. Deacon believes Bill will support this proposal, which would give the soap opera a new plot. Important takeaways: Il Giardino has achieved success. The pizza at the eatery is the best in town. Deacon presented Bill with a compelling concept. This might provide Bill with a plot that isn't centered around Katie. Deacon's big idea: Bill and Katie went to Il Giardino for lunch.
Until she saw Deke, who was now servicing tables there, Katie was still searching for a designer. She pushed Bill aside so she could talk to him. Deacon told Bill about his expansion ambitions at the pub. Bill could see that Deacon was in need of funding. He acknowledged that his pizza is the greatest in town, and that he was thrilled with his business. Does this imply that Bill will start investing? Deacon knows that his pizza has gained popularity. A line of frozen pizzas in stores is something he would like to see. It's possible that B&B is preparing Bill and Deacon to collaborate. New year, new storyline at the moment. Katie and Brooke's fashion wars are the main emphasis of the soap opera. The Logan trademark is the source of the sisters' conflict. Brooke also told Katie straight out that her fashion firm would not succeed. This fashion house is financed by Bill. But it would be good for him to have his own plot without Katie, his family, or crazy people like Luna. We hope that Bill and Deacon will collaborate in the future as a result of this scene. It's good to watch the in-laws being polite to one another. Hopefully, Deacon's pizza endeavor will proceed. These men need a business plot that is distinct from the fashion battles. Not another love story or love triangle. Why it's a good idea: it's clear that Deacon and Bill won't be best buddies anytime soon. When Deacon said he was finally off the Brooke roller coaster, Bill rolled his eyes. Perhaps, though, he was secretly in agreement with him. Bill is trying to show his family and Katie that he has changed. Why don't you show Deacon some kindness? Bill is also a shrewd businessman. When he sees a good business transaction, he knows it. Deacon and Bill working together would be a welcome change. They would be forced to put aside their disagreements and learn how to cooperate as a result. And Deacon will at last attain the fame and prosperity he has been after since starting his eatery. Before the pivotal moment, the B&B boss reveals Daphne's response to Carter's proposal. Will Carter and Daphne tie the knot? This is what Bradley Bell disclosed. This week on The Bold and the Beautiful, Carter is scheduled to pop the question to Daphne. Although the spoilers hint that she would try to disappoint him before discussing their relationship, head writer and EP Bradley Bell has already revealed to fans what her ultimate response will be. Bell was direct in an interview with TV Insider. Not only will this couple become engaged, but they will also tie the knot. Their plot in 2026 is more about beginning a family than it is about getting married. Important takeaways. What fans may anticipate from Daphne and Carter's romance this year. Daphne's road to motherhood. Daphne and Carter will get married. You can relax if you're a fan of Daphne and Carter's romance. Belle's announcement of their impending marriage suggests that the main focus of their story will be what happens after they are married. Regarding their year-long storyline, he stated that although Daphne is a very wealthy woman in the fashion and fragrance industries, Carter was blind to her feelings for him. He is adamant on marrying her since he can now clearly see that she is the one who knows, loves, and comprehends him. They want to start a family as soon as they get married. That is their route. Their desire to establish a family will make for an intriguing story, but it might not be an easy one. Even though the couple is in agreement about having children, obstacles may still arise. Belle notes that becoming parents won't be so simple, which talks to some turbulence, whether that has to do with their hectic work or trying to have a family takes longer than expected. Belle's tease is intriguing given that we have seen Daphne as a woman in charge of her career and product, a good friend, a woman in love, and an opinionated member of the Forrester family. Daphne wants to be a mother. BNB's boss also stated that fans can expect to see a completely different side to Daphne, as she and Carter navigate their own storyline, and are involved in other stories, some interesting unforeseen plots that are unfolding. We still don't know much about Daphne's past, though. Her parentage and upbringing have not been mentioned in the soap opera. However, she is French. Viewers would have the chance to discover more about the perfumer's upbringing, because she aspires to be a parent herself. Whether that is a good representation of her upbringing, or what she would like to improve if her home environment wasn't conducive to her development as a youngster. Another issue is if she wants her child to spend their entire life in America. Given that Forrester has an office in Paris, she might propose that she and Carter divide their time between the United States and France. This would be a significant shift that could lead to issues. The gloves are off in The Bold and the Beautiful, Espionage at Forrester, Ivy's Crossroads, and Liam Spencer's Most Dangerous Play Yet at Forrester Creations. What started off as subtle contempt for Katie Spencer's new fashion brand has developed into something far more deliberate. Although Ridge, Brooke, and Steffi may appear friendly in public, there is no pretense of kindness behind closed doors. They want Katie to fail miserably, not merely to struggle. And if they have to subtly disrupt from within, manipulate others, or break the law, well, anything. The Forresters' dirty war. The Forresters went into defense mode as soon as Katie claimed the Logan name. Not the kind that preserves legacy, but the kind that gets rid of dangers. There is a lack of transparency in the meetings. Information is protected. Steffi Forrester Finnegan is especially brutal in warning designers that supporting Katie Spencer would be career suicide. Beneath it all is something more intimate, but she presents it as business and family empire protection. She was shaken by Katie's disobedience. She was shaken by Bill Spencer's support. Furthermore, Steffi has no intention of extinguishing the fire that has been ignited by the remote prospect that Logan might emerge as a serious rival. Katie will be strategically crushed if she cannot be stopped legally. Liam Spencer thinks 3 steps ahead. No one understands his wife's family better than Liam Spencer. The Forrester machine has been his home. He has seen them unite. He has witnessed how allegiance is demanded rather than earned. Liam also realizes something crucial now that he is completely on board with Katie and Bill. The only way to defeat the Forresters is from within. At that moment, a well-known name comes back to him. Forrester Ivy. Ivy Forrester. The forgotten Forrester. Ivy Forrester seemed to be forgotten by everyone at Forrester Creations. I'm still designing. Continuing to contribute. Still being disregarded. Ivy was not raised in the glitz of Los Angeles. Power was not passed down to her via proximity. She had to work hard to earn her spot, but every time Steffi Forrester walked into the room, she was left out. Ivy has been disregarded, discredited, and treated like an inconvenient footnote in the Forrester history by Steffi over the years. Through it, Ivy grinned. She put up with it. However, bitterness tends to fester in silence. And that bitterness has teeth these days. A crush that never died. Upon her return to Los Angeles, Ivy was seeking closure in addition to career advancement. Spencer Liam, her former spouse. For a split second, Ivy thought there could be another chance. She saw the comfort they still enjoyed, the familiar banter, and the lingering stares. But Liam immediately put an end to it. Ivy was left on the sidelines once more since his heart was with Hope Logan. She didn't leave, though. She remained near. She convinced herself that she was okay with redefining herself as a friend. She wasn't. Liam is aware of it as well. Liam's most dubious action. Liam tells himself it's necessary even though he's not proud of what he's going to do. He casually reaches out to Ivy. Coffee. Talking. Familiarity. He doesn't directly flirt, but he also doesn't stop it. He pays attention. Her frustrations are validated by him. He gives her a platform to complain about Steffi and being treated like second-class Forrester royalty. Ivy then opens up. She acknowledges that she is exhausted, weary of being disregarded, weary of always being reminded that, despite her skill, she will never be able to surpass Steffi. Thomas should never be surpassed. Never really matter. Liam sows the seed at that point. He doesn't specifically ask her to betray her family. He discusses opportunity. About Katie Spencer creating something entirely unique. About a fashion firm that prioritizes skill above last names. Where Ivy wouldn't work as an understudy for anyone. She is shaken by the thought. Liberation versus loyalty. Ivy Forrester is conflicted. Her family name is on one side. It's confusing and perfect but still hers. Even while it never gave her the limelight, Forrester Creations provided her with a platform. It would be a statement to walk away. A dangerous one. The promise of freedom is on the other side. Logan has not yet established himself. It is susceptible. However, that weakness is also a strength. Decades of hierarchy would not confine Ivy. She wouldn't be instructed to wait for her turn so that someone else may benefit. Liam is another. The man she was never able to move on from. Liam suggests there are other ways to assist even if she stays at Forrester Creations. Details. Insight. Being aware of Ridge and Steffi's plans before they are presented to the board. Ivy doesn't consent to anything. However, she also doesn't say no. Steffi's blind spot. Steffi Forrester takes great satisfaction in being 10 steps ahead of everyone else. However, Ivy, her blind spot has always been Ivy. Steffi believes Ivy will conform as she always has. She has never considered her a threat. And that conceit might end up being her downfall. Since Ivy is finally paying attention, observing, and wondering if it is worth losing her future to be loyal to a family that has never completely claimed her. A house divided. In the meantime, Hope Logan notices a change. She observes Liam's preoccupation, his discretion. When the topic of Forrester Creations comes up, he chooses his words carefully. Hope is already divided between her husband, her mother, and her aunt. But what if she finds out Liam is manipulating Ivy Forrester? More quickly than any fashion rivalry, that might destroy their marriage. However, Bill Spencer would refer to it as strategy. What about Katie? It's hazardous but vital according to Katie. The calm before the storm. The Forresters are still certain that they have sealed Logan's demise as it approaches launch. They think Katie lacks experience, infrastructure, and designers. They are unaware that fissures are appearing within their own fortifications. Ivy Forrester is at a turning point in her life. She is kept secure, ignored, and perpetually inferior by one route. The other places her squarely in the line of fire, but she is eventually spotted. Liam Spencer too? He is placing every wager that she would select the second option. Because the fashion war won't be just competitive if Ivy Forrester changes sides, or even exposes the appropriate knowledge at the proper moment. It will be disastrous. The January release date has been set for Nadia Bjorland's new thriller with Jacob Young. In A Murder Between Friends, Nadia Bjorland and longtime friend Jacob Young get back together. For fans of Days of Our Lives, Nadia Bjorland will always remain Chloe because of her raw emotions and sharp edges, whereas Jacob Young has donned several soap operas. He was Rick Forrester on The Bold and the Beautiful, Lucky on General Hospital, and a well-known figure in daytime's lengthy history. The two lifelong buddies are now sharing the screen in a very new environment. Additionally, Young is directing the entire action this time rather than merely acting. Important takeaways. Nadia Bjorland co-stars in a new whodunit thriller with longtime buddy Jacob Young. The publication date of A Murder Between Friends is January 2026. Colleagues and soap opera enthusiasts swiftly mobilized online to support the proposal. Jacob Young sets the date. A Murder Between Friends arrives this January 2026, and I couldn't be more excited for audiences to finally experience it, Young wrote on Instagram. He added, Working alongside my talented co-star and longtime friend Nadia Bjorlin of 25 years made the journey even more special. Her passion, dedication, work ethic and artistry elevate every moment. He added, "This project has been incredibly meaningful to me, not only as a producer and director, but also stepping in front of the camera after a long hiatus as an actor." At Nadia Bjorlin Camerate, 6 friends try to have a leisurely vacation at a European mansion in this classic whodunit. But when one of them dies, things take a turn for the worst. The group becomes quite suspicious, especially of Francesca Carlisle, the mysterious owner of the estate. The soap world reacts. Bjorlin and Young portray Josh and Kat, the married couple at the center of the maelstrom. The renowned Joan Collins, who fills in as Carlisle, a journalist well known for her murder investigation series, lends additional weight to the cast. There is no denying that soap opera history and primetime legacy coexist in the same space. Cameron Matheson of GH shared a row of applause emojis as support rapidly poured in from well-known faces. In response, Young said, "At Cameron Matheson, thanks Cam. I hope you have a wonderful Christmas with your family. Red heart." Fans did the same. "I can't wait to watch it, Jacob," wrote a viewer. "Congrats and Merry Christmas to you and the family," said another. Many fans focused on the pairing, saying things like, "Love it, you and Nadia raising hands, and beautiful couple, congratulations on your show, smiling face with heartache." Many fans also asked the stars if they would ever return to their respective soap operas. And while that's probably a long way off, they have this new mystery to catch the beloved stars.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, so please don't forget to subscribe my channel and don't miss any update.